compared to 2023, even bigger. It is 2.7 times of this investment. And the sectors, the top 5 sectors that they are having in Indonesia, the first is metal and non-machinery industry, and followed by food industry, then chemical and pharmacy industry, paper and printing industry, then the fifth is vehicles and other transport industry. And if we see as well about the top 20 destination countries for investment, of course, we have on the top first and top second is United States and also China. But Indonesia is still also on these 20 countries as investment destinations. So it means that Indonesia is still promising for investors to come to do the investment in Indonesia. And sometimes we have kind of big questions, why is it Indonesia? Why should Indonesia be the country as a destination for doing investment? You know that Indonesia, after pandemic, we are able to maintain our economic growth around in average 5%. While other countries, like those who are in G20 for example, Indonesia is the top second of the highest economic growth in 2024. So this is just because Indonesia is very strong in natural resources. Because we have the richness of our natural resources, we could do and we could maintain our economic development, our economic growth. And it is blessed also by the very high growth of the industry that they have to do kind of energy transitions, including EV and EV battery manufacturing. Since one of the technology of this EV battery is based on nickel for NMC, so Indonesia is a country rich with not less than 23% of the deposit of nickel globally. So that's why, because of this, that Indonesia maintained the growth of our economy steadily because of Indonesian design of having added value creations, or we call by downstream industry based on nickel in Indonesia. But for the future, we would like to have not only nickel as a single commodities that we would like to be more downstream, but we have also 8 sectors with 28 commodities that Indonesia is very rich with, that we would like this also to be having more downstream. So with this abundance of commodities, natural resources that we are having, and the politics coming from the government of this downstream industry, this will open up a very wide opportunities for you to work together with the government of Indonesia, with the business players in Indonesia, for supplying the global demand through the cooperations between China investors and Indonesia investors. So ladies and gentlemen, we know that the situation globally is not really good, but we see that the shifting of the market is also very significant, knowing that technology industry, they make all the things become accelerated. And this acceleration is requiring as well a huge amount of support coming from the natural resources as raw materials. So in this case, I do understand that China, a country that is very rich with the natural resources, with the technology as a kind of a competitive advantage. In this case, we would like to offer you that we have to make a kind of collaborations. The combinations between comparative advantages that has done Indonesia and with the competitive advantage of technology and also networking globally owned by China. In these collaborations, we could see that the resultant of this kind of cooperations will be able to supply the global demand through our cooperations. And last but not least, as a government, we just would like to invite you to come to Indonesia because the government has designed about investment strategy, including investment incentive that we have, including tax holiday and also tax allowance, and providing also industrial estates, special economic zones, and also other industry zones that we would like to provide to you. And I would like also to let you know that we have our representative office in Beijing, Madam Evita Sandamanapa, that will be assisting you here from China. If you have something to discuss, please don't hesitate to come to Madam Evita Sandamanapa or to Ibu Lucy in Guangzhou, because Lucy is also Council for Economic in our consulate chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, I just would like to invite you, especially for the next years, because next year will be our anniversary for 75 years of our bilateral relations. So I do hope that by next year there will be a big visit coming from China, especially from Guangxi. Then I do hope that the next year will be the next step of collaborations between Indonesia and China to strengthen our cooperations and especially investment, so that Indonesia and China will be hand in hand working together to supply the global demand with a good and also a better product for the global prosperity. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Guru, for giving us a comprehensive view and valuable insight on the future investment direction of Indonesia. And now, please allow me to invite all the VVIP guests on the front row to join the photo session. Refreshments are available in the foyer area, where is some in hand minutes.
Indonesia, the world's largest archipelagic country, is a cultural diversity. Located in Cilegon, Banten Province, a strategic route on the Trans-Java Sumatra, a promising area for investments. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure is a subholding of Krakatau Steel, well known in the steel industry. Our vision is to be the leading infrastructure company in Southeast Asia. Aligned with that, we have missions to manage a smart and eco-friendly industrial city that attracts talents and professionals, to provide integrated and efficient infrastructure to support business operations and supply chain, and to support sustainable business growth for customers. Krakatau Industrial Estate covers more than 3,000 hectares and is divided into 3 integrated industrial areas. It is also completed with supporting facilities such as hotel, golf course, sports club, mall, and residential area, establishing a complete atmosphere for the success and harmony of your business. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure manages an international port, the largest and deepest dry bulk port in Indonesia, with a depth up to -21 meters, loading and unloading capacity up to 25 million tons per year. With a smart and green port concept, it completed with smart port system and dry port facilities. Your business will be more effective and efficient for logistics, export, and import activities. Water as the source of by focusing on environmental and watershed preservations from upstream to downstream. We can produce 2,000 liters per second of clean water that can be adjusted to meet your industry standard. Providing electricity for industrial needs is a fundamental pillar. Krakatau Industrial Estate is supported by combined cycle power plant and solar power plant, interconnected with balance grid for industrial and residential use, as well as competing in other electricity services. Krakatau Industrial Estate provides various types of warehouse complex to support your logistic operation flow, ensuring a smooth and efficient supply chain, having the necessary facilities and infrastructure to ensure and encourage the utilization of raw materials and providing materials for industrial purpose, spare parts, industrial waste management, sourcing services with skilled and professional workers, supply of security personnel, transportation, and other services to support production and office activities. Krakatau Industrial Estate is a home to a large number of both foreign and domestic companies. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure have certified ICT services as a SAP Silver Partner, developing innovation in this digital world, providing a variety of information and technology services for business. As a company with an expansive business scope, we consistently integrate our business activities We implement green and renewable energy, such as recycled water for water supply, electric vehicle with a charging station, also the use of rooftop solar panels and floating solar cells in industrial and residential areas. We believe that integrated infrastructure will facilitate collaboration and improve business performance and productivity. For 40 years, we have dedicated to provide the best experience for your business. Come, join us and grow together at Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure, the integrated industrial infrastructure services. Indonesia, the world's largest archipelagic country, is a cultural diversity. Located in Cilegon, Banten Province, a strategic route on the Trans-Java Sumatra, a promising area for investments. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure is a subholding of Krakatau Steel, well known in the steel industry. Our vision is to be the leading infrastructure company in Southeast Asia. Aligned with that, we have missions to manage a smart and eco-friendly industrial city that attracts talents and professionals. To provide integrated and efficient infrastructure to support business operations and supply chain, and to support sustainable business growth for customers. Krakatau Industrial Estate covers more than 3,000 hectares and is divided into 3 integrated industrial areas. It is also completed with supporting facilities such as hotel, golf course, sports club, mall, and residential area, establishing a complete atmosphere for the success and harmony of your business. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure manage an international port, the largest and deepest dry bulk port in Indonesia, with a depth up to -21 meters, loading and unloading capacity up to 25 million tons per year. With a smart and green port concept, it completed with smart port system and dry port facilities. Your business will be more effective and efficient for logistics, export, and import activities. Water as the source of by focusing on environmental and watershed preservations from upstream to downstream. We can produce 2,000 liters per second of clean water that can be adjusted to meet your industry standard. Providing electricity for industrial needs is a fundamental pillar. Krakatau Industrial Estate is supported by combined cycle power plant and solar power plant, interconnected with PLN's grid for industrial and residential use, as well as competing in other electricity services. Krakatau Industrial Estate provides various types of warehouse complex to support your logistic operation flow, ensuring a smooth and efficient supply chain, having the necessary facilities and infrastructure to ensure and encourage the utilization of raw materials and providing materials for industrial purpose, spare parts, industrial waste management, sourcing services with skilled and professional workers, supply of security personnel, transportation, and other services to support production and office activities. Krakatau Industrial Estate is a home to a large number of both foreign and domestic companies. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure have certified ICT services as SAP Silver Partner, developing the world's rich city. Located in Cilegon, Banten Province, a strategic route on the Trans-Java Sumatra, a promising area for investments. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure is a subholding of Krakatau Steel, well known in the steel industry. Our vision is to be the leading infrastructure company in Southeast Asia. Aligned with that, we have missions to manage a smart and eco-friendly industrial city that attracts talents and professionals, to provide integrated and efficient infrastructure to support business operations and supply chain, and to support sustainable business growth for customers. Krakatau Industrial Estate covers more than 3,000 hectares and is divided into 3 integrated industrial areas. It is also completed with supporting facilities such as hotel, golf course, sports club, mall, and residential area, establishing a complete atmosphere for the success and harmony of your business. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure manages an international port, the largest and deepest dry bulk port in Indonesia, with a depth up to -21 meters, loading and unloading capacity up to 25 million tons per year. With a smart and green port concept, it completed with smart port system and dry port facilities. Your business will be more effective and efficient for logistics, export, and import activities. Water as the source of by focusing on environmental and watershed preservations from upstream to downstream. We can produce 2,000 liters per second of clean water that can be adjusted to meet your industry standard. Providing electricity for industrial needs is a fundamental pillar. Krakatau Industrial Estate is supported by combined cycle power plant and solar power plant, interconnected with PLN's grid for industrial and residential use, as well as competing in other electricity services. Krakatau Industrial Estate, Indonesia. Indonesia, the world's largest archipelagic country, is a cultural diversity. Located in Cilegon, Banten Province, a strategic route on the Trans-Java Sumatra, a promising area for investments. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure is a subholding of Krakatau Steel, well known in the steel industry. Our vision is to be the leading infrastructure company in Southeast Asia. Aligned with that, we have missions to manage a smart and eco-friendly industrial city that attracts talents and professionals, to provide integrated and efficient infrastructure to support business operations and supply chain, and to support sustainable business growth for customers. Krakatau Industrial Estate covers more than 3,000 hectares and is divided into 3 integrated industrial areas. It is also completed with supporting facilities such as hotel, golf course, sports club, mall, and residential area, establishing a complete atmosphere for the success and harmony of your business. Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure manages an international port, the largest and deepest dry bulk port in Indonesia, with a depth up to -21 meters, loading and unloading capacity up to 25 million tons per year. With a smart and green port concept, it completed with smart port system and dry port facilities. Your business will be more effective and efficient for logistics, export, and import activities.
We are truly grateful for your presence and the chance to connect in person, especially given everyone's well-being. We do hope today's session proved fruitful, engaging for all, and the most important thing, as mentioned by our Consul General, would lead to any concrete outcomes. Honorable distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to introduce my panelists, the panelists of today's panel discussion, and I would like to invite all of them to the stage. First, Mr. Cahyo Purnomo, the Director of Investment Promotion for East Asia, South Asia, Middle East, and Africa, Ministry of Investment. Big applause for Pak Cahyo. Second, Mr. Alugoro Mulyo Wahyudi, President Director of PT Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure, to come to the stage. And third but not least, our last panel is Mr. Shankar, Manufacturing Engineering Director and Indonesia Project Director of SGMW Wuling. Big applause, please. So ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I think I would like to remind you the objectives of today's panel discussion. First, we would like to enhance Chinese investors' understanding of investment climate and opportunities in Indonesia. Second, we would like this panel to be a platform for dialogue between Indonesia and Chinese stakeholders, and also to encourage Chinese investment in priority sectors in Indonesia. In a very short time, you will hear from our expert panel on the objectives of this forum. What we have heard from the presentations from Deputy Minister that China is our main trading partner as well as foreign investor, and we would like to increase the number of our investment in Indonesia in the very near future. So without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, Bapak Cahyo Purnomo, who will present a topic on unlocking Indonesia's potential to guide through successful investment journey. So Pak Cahyo will outline in a very short time Indonesia's potentials and how the business from China to tap these potentials. The floor is yours, Pak.
Thank you, Ibu Lucy. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, of course, I would like to express our sincere appreciation for all your support. And the Ministry of Investment, this is always what we do whenever we have the opportunity to meet either existing or potential foreign investment in Indonesia. That we keep saying that basically when it comes to investment in Indonesia, we will be at your service. You know, as you can clearly see from my slide, it's also one of the main reasons why I'm showing you, in my slide, the high-speed rail connecting Jakarta and Bandung. And this is one of the milestone projects symbolizing the strength, the strong relationship between Indonesia and China. So it's very clear that having this kind of project is giving a strong signal that when it comes to investment, Indonesia is on track to be the next Indonesia is on track to be the next, rewarding investment destination. Of course, this is my first time to be in Nani. Of course, I hope this is not embarrassing. Lucy, this is my first time to be, in Nani. Not only attending the China ASEAN Expo, but in general, I think this is my first time, to be in Guangxi. But I remember last year, we welcomed strong delegation from Guangxi province to our office, 23rd August last year. But at that time, of course, nobody knew back then that today is actually the day that we are here in Guangxi. I remember one of the discussion is the strong delegation from Guangxi province invited us to take part of this year's China ASEAN Expo. So I'm very pleased to be part of this journey. Let me also take this opportunity to update you. When it comes to increasing Indonesia's competitiveness, we are very serious. And thankfully, we are grateful that we've been able to basically increase our competitiveness index from 34th place last year into 27th place this year. So you see that Indonesia is on the right track. Indonesia is progressing well. You take a look at our economic performance, it's doing well, growing by over than 5% over the past previous years. And you see also how the government efficiency is also making little progress, including the business efficiency and the rapid development of our infrastructure. Let me tell you a bit story about our infrastructure story. I remember back then, in 2014, when our President Joko Widodo, for the very first time, he came to Beijing to attend the APEC meeting. In his state visit, when he met President Xi, I think for the very first time at the time, he asked, what is actually the recipe for China to grow, very rapidly? And the answer from President Xi is clearly the importance of building the rapid network of infrastructure. This is also what we do. So now, for instance, if you travel, in Java, all can be connected by toll roads. The accessibility through the seaports, airports is also getting better and better. So with this, what I want to say is that actually Indonesia is making progress to be more competitive than ever. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this slide has been shared by our previous Deputy Minister. But what I want to highlight is the fact that when it comes to investment realization, again, let me reiterate, I'm referring to investment realization, not investment commitment or investment approval. So you can clearly see, the fact that China is actually the second largest investor in Indonesia. This semester, the total investment for China, stood at almost $4 billion US. And we see the trend is very clear. It's only, a matter of time before China will overtake Singapore to be the largest investor in Indonesia. In addition to this, what I also want to say is the fact that compared to, let's say, Japanese or Korean investment in Indonesia, those investments are more than 90% are located in Java Island. Of course, we understand Java being the most densely populated island in Indonesia. But unlike Japan and Korea, the investment from China, are distributed well all over Indonesia. So very well distributed, not only concentrated in Java Island. This is, of course, helping us at the Ministry of Investment, because our job is not only to attract investment or to retain the existing one, but how to distribute those investments into all parts of Indonesia. We've been criticized in the past that many investments are taking place in Java Island. It is very important to distribute those investments. And again, we are thankful for the existing Chinese investment, which are clearly very helping us on this particular issue, where we can see 60% of the Chinese firms are located outside Java. So that's the message that is very important that I'd like to reiterate. The next one is again, let me check my. Okay. So again, this is what I said to you earlier. You see, 35% of the total investment from China is not in Java Island but in Central Asia. If you add this with North Maluku, you see again, the majority is now in the eastern part of Indonesia. And again, when it comes to the top 5 sectors, you see that China is helping us to build and also to grow our manufacturing capabilities. And with this, we can clearly see, and this is also evident whenever we meet many, Chinese investors coming to our office, they always express their strong interest to expand the business or to invest in a new project. Ladies and gentlemen, what I also want to share in this slide is, as you can clearly see, Indonesia is not heavily dependent on foreign investment. We also, of course, encourage our domestic investment. That's why you can see, for instance, in 2022, the domestic investment in Indonesia was roughly close to 46%, while the remaining about 54% is coming from the foreign investment. Because we also want to strike a balance between foreign investment and also domestic investment. You can also clearly see that the way we treat you, the way we treat foreign investors, is no less favorable than, for instance, we treat US or European investors in Indonesia. Or we don't treat our domestic investment more favorably compared to, let's say, Euro investment. That's why we have the so-called equal treatment, we have the national treatment, market treatment, and so on and so forth. It is also very clear that in Indonesia, we will not do what we call as nationalization or expropriation. This is very clear because we understand some foreign investors are expressing, the possibility of, during the difficult time, some countries may introduce hard measures when it comes to this. And the next thing is, that in Indonesia we don't have any capital control. So you can move, you can transfer, you can repatriate, let's say, your capital throughout the country, in, out, without any restriction, without any approval from the government. So this is also very important. The next thing that we would like to, brief you is the way we always try to make our investment climate to be more favorable. We understand it's very important for foreign investors to see the stability, the predictability, the certainty when it comes to regulatory issues. So the most recent one is when we issued what we call as Omnibus Law on job creation, which thankfully has been translated, by one of the leading Chinese law firms. So you can, get this translation. But I do not, to be honest, I do not encourage you to read because it's very thick, more than 1,000 pages. But all you need to do is actually, what is actually the main message of this law. As you can clearly see, it's all about simplicity, it's all about harmonization, central government, local government, and it's all about certainty when it comes to business licensing. So I'm very pleased that when it comes to business licensing, we have what we call as one single platform for all, where you can apply your investment licenses through the online single submission or OSS. Ladies and gentlemen, again, our Deputy Minister has mentioned in this slide that Indonesia is keen to continue our policy toward downstream. So we would like to invite you to be part of this, success story where we can, help you in making your investment, to make it as successful as possible. As you can clearly see, the intention is whatever the sector that you want to invest, let's say in the mineral, let's say natural gas, for example, or fishery, whatever the investment, we will be at your side to basically, take advantage of all the resources, including the availability of our commodities. As Indonesia is rich with mineral resources, the main idea is we would like to invite you to be part of our, development to basically add the value of all the commodities by doing the refining activities, the smelting, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we understand, from our point of view and the Minister of Investment, that foreign investors like you have a lot of questions, you have a lot of requests. Perhaps you also have a number of priority from your side. So we understand some of you need to find, not only the land, but the factory style building, where you can build, where you can, right away, either you buy our land, so you can start your commercial production as soon as possible. So in Indonesia, you can find some industrial estates, where you can also find some places where you can either buy or land, and I'm happy that I'm going to introduce you to some of them later on. We do have a number of industrial estate developers coming in here, including one of our panelists, Mr. Alugoro. The next thing is we understand some of you need, in order for you to make your investment, to be more successful, you need to find actually affordable industrial land or close to the labor supply. Some of the investment, let's say, on the labor intensive industry, and I'm happy last today in Nantong we met a number of Chinese companies. They did 10,000 of workers for the textile factories. They did 6,000 of workers for their, let's say, toy manufacturing and so on and so forth. So again, in Indonesia, we do have abundant supply of labor. And last but not least is also, we understand some of you need to stay close to the natural resources. We understand for this kind of resource-seeking investment, whenever there is resources, you will keep, to basically set up the military close to the area. So with this is also available in Indonesia, and I'm very happy to say that many Chinese companies are having, this kind of investment in Indonesia, where they build, a number of, integrated industrial estate, doing the refining, smelting, including some downstream investment. The next thing that I would like to, again, take this opportunity is to brief you that we already prepared what we call as sustainable investment projects. So of the 81 existing projects over Indonesia, from the manufacturing, infrastructure, food, agriculture, and tourism, all you need to do is just to focus your investment. Whether you want to focus investment in the Java, the island of Java, this is where Jakarta capital is, or in Kalimantan. Let's say, for instance, our new capital is Kalimantan. And I'm happy, that I think some of the participants here, they have, investment in this Kalimantan or in other areas. The idea is for you, if you are interested in this project, you don't need to begin or you start your investment from scratch, from zero. But all you have to do is look into our website. This is available, so you can get all available information, but you can see the background of the projects, so the financial overview, the legal overview, and so on and so forth. So it gives you all the advantages of supporting your investment in Indonesia. again, not only in the manufacturing, but also in the tourism, infrastructure, renewable energy, and so on and so forth. The next thing, again, as Indonesia is, again, the largest African country in Indonesia, I'm also happy to say, when it comes to tourism investment opportunities, I'm happy that under Belt and Road Initiative, for instance, number of projects like Likupang, in Sulawesi or Toba in North Sumatra is part of this Belt and Road Initiative, and this is where we see more and more investment from China, particularly on the tourism, are going to this area. I remember, I think last year, we went to Labuan Bajo, number 3 here, attending the Indonesia-China high-level dialogue on investment. At the time, our Coordinator for Maritime Affairs, invited a number of Chinese existing companies in Indonesia. And I'm very surprised because, I was afraid back then, probably Labuan Bajo is not that easy to travel. But it turned out that, there were many flights, so you can easily, fly from Jakarta to Labuan Bajo and be there within 1.5 hours, and it's only, few kilometers away from the airport. So the idea is that, again, all the opportunities are there for you, and I'm very happy if you want to know more. I'll be happy to take your questions. The next thing is, how do I start? For you, if you want to begin your new investment, what is actually my next step? So, of the total of, let's say 9 basic steps that you need to take, all you need to do is that, you need to find the perfect location for your investment project. It's entirely up to you. If you want to be located in Java, if you want to be located, let's say, in Kalimantan, wherever your project is entirely up to you. And we will assist you. I know some of you are already, coming to our office asking for more information on this, and I'm very happy to help them. And then the next step, the next step is actually, to make the notary, where the notary will take care of your, article of exchange and so on and so forth. And what I always say is that in each and every step of this journey, we will be at your side to help you, to make sure that you are on track. So, please feel free to contact us. Our door is always open. Whenever you have some things to clarify, if you have questions or inquiries, please, let us know. The next thing is, again, there are a number of investment incentives in Indonesia, like tax holiday, tax allowance, and opportunity facility. And I know many existing Chinese companies are already enjoying this benefit. I met some of them in Jakarta, where they express, their gratitude, because, they are now, getting this very generous tax incentive. The next slide is, of course, again, not only on the, but also on the support tax deduction. This is very important. Whenever you do capacity building training for your workers or your laborers, then the incentive is there up to 200% of your gross income. The next thing is, again, if you are doing the R&D in Indonesia, you are eligible to obtain gross income deduction up to 10% of your total cost, of your total spending in Indonesia. So with this, we hope that you will be able to partially do your R&D development in Indonesia, or offer, your workers capacity building or training to basically upskilling the capabilities. The next step is, this is also perhaps quite important for you to take note, the availability of our golden visa. So with this golden visa, for instance, either you are individual investors or corporate investors, you can enjoy, a limited stay permit for up to 10 years. The more you invest, the longer you can stay in Indonesia. So with this, even though I think, to my knowledge, there is no difficulties for Chinese national to come to Indonesia. But we believe, by having the golden visa, you will be even more comfortable, because you can come and go and make a lot of things in Indonesia. This is what we do. Our approach is always end-to-end, from the very start, from the very early of your engagement with us, all the way in your each and every step of your project in Indonesia. We will be at your side. Our team is available for you. So at the end of the day, it's very important for us to help you, to assist you to make the investment in Indonesia a success. The next thing is, again, this is part of what we do. We took them when we welcome them at our office. We reply, we respond to your questions and points. We help them. We even we take you to the potential location, or we arrange a number of, let's say, requested meeting for you. Whenever you want to meet somebody from the, let's say, Ministry of, let's say, Industry, Ministry of Health, and so forth, we will be happy to help you. And again, our priority is how do we support your investment in Indonesia. This is, I think, the last of my presentation. We believe that it is very important for us to stay connected with you. That's why the first thing that I did, after I was appointed, is to install my WeChat, to make myself more accessible, to make myself easily reachable for you. So you will have direct access. Even my deputy minister can be contacted through the WeChat. So this is also part of what we do, including, of course, the contact from our rep office. And I believe, here in Nanning or in Guangzhou, for instance, or southern part of China, there are many, let's say, doors that you can utilize, that you can take advantage. You can contact our consul general here in Guangzhou. You can, again, we have, let's say, Indonesia, China Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or our CADIM, Indonesia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and there are many business associations, including, let's say, association like PERPIC, Indonesia China Business Association, and so forth. So to conclude, I would like to also mention, my good friend Anthony Leong from HIPMI is here. HIPMI is actually Indonesia Youth Production Association. Anthony, please stand up. Anthony is, he was also here attending, and I think he was speaking at the China ASEAN Business and Investment Summit yesterday. So with this, we will see. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Cahyo. Please take applause to Pak Cahyo Purnomo. So, Pak, I forgot to ask. So our discussion, including the Q&A after this, will end at 4:30. So I hope you will stay until the end of our panel discussion to hear more about some interesting facts, important facts for you if you are interested to do your invest in Indonesia as soon as possible. So after the panel discussion, we are going to open a Q&A. So please prepare your any inquiries that you would like to ask our panel. As we have our experts here, you can pose your questions to Pak Cahyo about regulations, about your plan to invest in Indonesia. As Pak Cahyo mentioned that his WeChat is open to everybody, and I'm happy to hear that BKPM, especially Pak Cahyo's directorate, provides end-to-end service to all of you. I would like to inform you that I forgot to introduce myself before. So I am Deputy Consul General as well as Economic Consul in our consulate, Indonesian Consulate in Guangzhou. I'm here together with my colleague Pak Redo. Pak Redo also responsible for economic relations, especially between Indonesia and southern China. And every year, actually, we have our big business forum, annual business forum in Guangzhou. So I see some familiar faces, Caroline from Jipei, and other colleague from Chongshan, Foshan. Without, I would like to briefly outline that somebody summarize your presentation. So Indonesia has a modality, strong modality for investment, including economic performance is going well, and we have very attractive incentives in terms of tax and other instruments such as golden visa, and we have favorable investment climate and regulations, supportive laws, and Pak Cahyo also mentioned about explaining about potential sectors, and I think after this, during Q&A, you can further discuss to deepen your inquiries with Pak Cahyo. I would like now to invite our second speaker, Mr. Alugoro Mulyo Wahyudi. He is the President Director of PT Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure. And Alugoro will speak about potential investment location in Krakatau Industrial Park, Cilegon, Banten province, place that from Jakarta around 2 hours ya Pak, using toll road. And so Pak Cahyo later will outline about why choosing location for investment is very important for investors and why Krakatau Industrial Park is different from other similar locations. Without further ado, Pak Alugoro, and it is yours. Thank you. Please bring the class to Pak Alugoro.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Jumohao. First of all, we highly appreciate and thank you to WM and also Ministry of Trade for the invitation to Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure to attend this valuable forum. Next slide. Krakatau Industrial Park is managed by Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure, a sub-holding company of Krakatau Steel. Krakatau Steel is state-owned integrated steel company in Indonesia. We will give you comprehensive and integrated industrial infrastructure services such as port, industrial water, power plant, logistics, and so on. Our vision is to be the leading infrastructure company in Southeast Asia. Krakatau Industrial Park is located in Cilegon, the best location to support your investment. And Cilegon located near Sunda Strait, 100 kilometers to the west from Jakarta and 80 kilometers from Soekarno-Hatta Airport. Cilegon is established as a center of steel and petrochemical industry. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Cilegon City is autonomous city since 1999, and the total population is around 450,000 people. And Cilegon has various vital objects, including Merak Port, Cikadip Port, Ciwandan Port, Krakatau Steel, and Suralaya. Official minimum wage of Cilegon is around $320 per month. We will give you the integrated infrastructure services to support your investment in Krakatau Industrial Park. The first one is logistics supply, like port, toll road, trade port, and railway. The second one is about the utility. It's also very important for your business success. The first one, electricity, solar panel, natural gas, and also industrial water. And the last one is the social and environment in Cilegon, like availability of skilled labor, industrial friendly society, easy direct construction, center of steel petrochemical cluster, center and local government support, and no-need environmental impact assessment. Krakatau Industrial Park consists of 3 clusters. Cluster number 1 located in Cilegon. The total land is around 2,600 hectares, and the segment steel and chemical related and miscellaneous. The land banking currently is around 150 hectares, and the cluster number 2 is located in Cilegon. Total land is around 80 hectares. The market segment for industry and for food and feed industry and global land now is 7 hectares. And the cluster 3 located in Serang, not so far from Cilegon, and total area 420 hectares, and we focus in petrochemical and PV related industry, and the total land bank is 374 hectares. Ladies and gentlemen, cluster number 1, there are many global companies already invested in cluster number 1, such as Lotte Chemical, this is from Korea, PT Blue Steel Indonesia, this is a joint venture company between Australia and Japan, PT Cabot Indonesia from United States, PT Liquid from France, PT Krakatau Posco joint venture between Krakatau Steel and Posco, and so on. Next. The cluster number 2 is special for food and feed industry, such as sugar and flour mill company. So you can see there are 4 companies that already invested in our cluster 2. And the last one is cluster number 3, that this is the new development of our industrial park. The location is 7 kilometers from cluster number 1 and 5 kilometers to our port, Krakatau International Port. And total land is around 400 hectares, and will be operation in 2026. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure has several subsidiary company and also affiliate company. Most of them is in infrastructure services to support the industrial park. One of our subsidiary company is 2,600 liters per second, and we have facility related with the demineralization and desalinization water. The other subsidiary is PT Krakatau Chandra Energy that provide the energy solution. The company has 120 megawatt combined cycle power plant interconnected to PLN, grid up to 2 times 400 megawatt. The company also actively to produce the renewable energy by using the rooftop solar cell and also floating solar cell. Ladies and gentlemen, our biggest subsidiary is PT Krakatau Bandar Samudra. So this is the biggest dry port in Indonesia with a total capacity 25 million ton per annum, and we have 17 jetties. So this is the deepest dry port up to minus 20 meters with modern facilities such as integrated warehouse. So our integrated warehouse is the largest warehouse in Southeast Asia with total capacity 200,000 metric ton. The other subsidiary are PT Krakatau Sarana Property. The business is related with the property and commercial, and also PT Krakatau Information Technology. This is the IT solution company, and also PT Krakatau Jasa Industri related with the industrial services. We also invite all of you to make strategic partnership with all of our subsidiaries. Ladies and gentlemen, there are several initiatives that we will conduct towards eco-green industrial park. The first initiative is carbon capture, utilization and storage. Secondly is to build a wastewater treatment plant, and the last one is to develop or to build floating solar panel in our dam with a capacity of 60 megawatt peak. We are also committed to reducing emission, and based on the presidential decree of Indonesia, number 112 in 2020, that steam power plant that has been determined before the enactment of this presidential regulation can be applied. And the steam power plant that meet the requirement integrated with the industry are oriented toward increasing the added value of natural resources and be committed to reducing greenhouse gas emission by at least 35% within 10 years, and the last one is operating until 2050 at latest. Ladies and gentlemen, Krakatau Sarana Infrastructure also has a plan to build a smart and green city to anticipate the business expansion of the steel industry and also petrochemical industry. So Krakatau Urban Valley, the smart and the green city that we will develop, is designed to support the business development in Krakatau industrial area to anticipate massive workforce growth with an increase of steel cluster to 10 million ton per annum and also petrochemical to 16.2 million ton per annum. Ladies and gentlemen, Krakatau Urban Valley Project, the Smart and Green City, also provide smart and eco-friendly new city. So we determine the level of smart, including the smart government, smart mobility, smart economy, smart living, smart people, and also smart environment. We also determine the level of green, include green living, green energy, green environment, and green infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, to sum up my presentation, where should you invest in Krakatau Industrial Park? The first one is our location is very strategic. Secondly, we have many infrastructure support that will make your business success and secure. The third one, Krakatau Industrial Park has developed within itself mutually beneficial ecosystem industry which provide benefit to your business. Thus, many global companies have invested at Krakatau Industrial Park. The fourth, Krakatau Industrial Park is included as an industrial sector national vital object or of business with regional level. Last but not least, the central and government and local government strongly support to the industrial park development. Currently, there is only one Chinese company that already invested in Krakatau Industrial Park. So we kindly invite all of you to invest and grow together in our industrial park with the other global company that already established in Krakatau Industrial Park. That's all. Thank you very much for your kind attention. See you again.
Thank you for the very interesting presentation. I hope our audience have already taken note why Krakatau Industrial Parks, the advantages, and why you think it's suitable for your investment plan in Indonesia, especially for steel and petrochemical industry, among the support in other sectors as well. Okay. Now, last but not least, we are happy to have Mr. Xiang Tao. From his presentation, I believe you could get a lesson, good lessons learned, why Chinese companies, the presence of Chinese companies could stand more than almost 10 years in Indonesia. We noted that Wuling is the pioneers for Chinese automotive company who has the manufacture production in Indonesia. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Xiang Tao for his presentation, and I hope you could learn something from his next presentation. Mr. Xiang Tao, the floor is yours. Thank you. Please give big applause.
Okay, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. For my understanding, this forum is for invite Chinese investor to invest in Indonesia. So, in order for better and precise understanding, please allow me to use Mandarin to present my presentation. OK， 今天很荣幸能代表这个上汽通用50印尼公司到这里跟大家一起分享我们在印尼的一些投资的一些故事。那上汽通用50印尼公司是上汽通用50的全资公司，也是印尼50品牌的所有者。 那上汽通用50也是一家广西本土的国际化企业，我们的这个总部在柳州啊。首先也可能今天也是来自全国各地的这个投资者朋友们，也欢迎大家来到这个美丽的广西。那上汽通用50在印尼现在其实有一个生产基地，然后也有一个销售公司。那生产基地是位于豫壤国际工业园区内，然后离雅加达大概市中心大概40到50公里左右的一个距离。然后我们的销售公司，也就是我们的50中心，是在南雅加达，就是也是在雅加达的市中心啊，有一个我们的50中心。那整个50印尼的整个投资到目前为止已经超过了10亿美元啊。那我们整个工厂，包括我们零部件的园区，整个占地面积是达到了60公顷。那现在我们是具备了所有整车制造所需要的工艺，包括我们的零部件生产，在我们的这个园区内。那整个每年的这个产能已经达到了12万辆的一个产能。那实际上，上汽通用50是在2015年就决定要投资在印尼投资建厂，然后并且在2015年同年这个破土动工。那实际的这个开业的时间是在2017年。那在分享之前，我其实想跟大家分享一下50为什么跟中国绝大部分应该是跟其他所有的主机厂不一样。为什么会选择第一个在印尼建设我们的第一个全球的一个制造基地？那其实像大家可能也有所了解，就是包括我们的一些友商，他们第一个都可能大部分会选择在包括像泰国、像欧洲一些地区去作为他们的这个第一家海外的制造基地。那么50当时选择的是印尼。其中主要有4个原因。第一个是因为当时的这个国家政策，我们的一带一路政策其实跟当时的印尼的全球海洋支点战略是非常契合的，也给我们的投资带来了很多政策上的一些便利，服务于我们企业在当地的发展。那第二个原因就是因为刚刚前面的这个印尼投资部的这个领导也介绍到，我们认为印尼有巨大的市场潜力，特别是在汽车这一块。因为印尼是现在为止是全球第4大的人口大国，目前的人口应该将近2.7亿，将近2.8亿左右的一个人口，并且他们的现在印尼当地的千人汽车保有量是相对比较低的，所以说我们认为在印尼当地是带来了巨大潜力。而且印尼的人口还在不断的增长的过程中。那第3个原因是因为我们看好印尼的我觉得是经济发展的潜能吧。我们觉得有一个比较好的经济发展潜能。那其实从我们当时到现在，除了在2020年疫情这个时间段，整个印尼的每年的 GDP 的增速可能都在5%左右的一个波动的一个过程。那相对也是很有潜力的一个这个发展也是相对比较好的一个值。那除此之外，印尼也是一个矿产的资源的大国，包括有很多的海洋资源。那矿产资源前2位，刚刚如果大家关注的话，前2位第一个应该是煤，第二个是镍矿。那这个其实都跟我们电动车，我们的汽车，包括现在的新能源汽车，其实都息息相关。那第4个原因就是基于我们企业的战略。其实我们上汽通用50一直把国际化战略当做我们3大战略之一，并且我们50的这个产品，我们认为非常适合印尼当地的需求，因为印尼当地的家庭人口数量都相比我们这个中国来说都相对多一些，所以他们对7座的车子，比如 MPV、比如 SUV 的需求都会更倾向于这些车子。那我们恰好在这一块又有我们得天独厚的优势。基于这以上4点原因，那我们就区别于 其他的一些主机厂，我们选择在印尼建立我们第一个海外制造的基地。那其实经过这7到10年的一个发展，我们在印尼陆续成立了我们的多元金融公司，然后包括印尼的销售公司。那我们的产品矩阵也是逐步实现、逐步完善。那现在已经形成了乘用车到商用车，包括新能源汽车非常完善的产品矩阵。那同时，我们从2019年开始，我们也实现了通过印尼辐射我们其他的右舵国家、右舵的这个汽车市场的这样一个目标。那从那时开始，我们的战略也会计划把印尼当做我们辐射东南亚，甚至辐射全球右舵市场的这样的一个基地的这样一个地位。那像刚刚所述的，我们在印尼已经深耕了7年时间。那整个现在我们累计的产量是15万辆。那相比刚刚我展示了我们12万辆每年的这个产能，其实产能运用率还不是那么高，所以这个也给我们带来了很大这种提升的一个形成规模化的一个要求。那现在一共在印尼我们是投放了9款产品，那其中有3款是电动车。所有我们在印尼投产的产品都已经满足了当地本地化率的一个要求，就是 TKBN 的一个要求。那满足这个要求以后，我们在关税、在消费税、在奢侈税、在增值税方面，都有一系列的这样的一个税务方面的一个优惠。那现在我们在印尼带动的整个产业链上下游的就业也超过了1万人，那也是推动了整个印尼汽车工业。更重要的是，电动汽车的新能源汽车的这个汽车产业链快速的一个发展。这里是我们开始销售以来的一个销量的一个表现。那从2017年以来，其实都是一个快速爬升的过程。那现在整个市场占有率在2.9%到2.8%左右的一个水平。那当然，我们也关注到我们近3年的一个市场占有率这一块。也是维持在了2.9%，暂时也没有取得比较大的突破，也对我们未来的一个战略的一个变化做出了一个要求。那整个2024年的一个情况，从1到8月份的数据来说，整个印尼市场的汽车累计销量是大概是58万4千辆的一个规模。那我们50品牌的销量大概在1万6千辆，市场份额也是维持在去年的这个水平2.8%。那但是我们其实我们在第2季度已经超过了现代，成为了这个排名第6的这样的一个企业。那大家可以看到前5位都是目前来说都是日系的一个品牌，日系品牌在当地的市场占有率超过了90%。那在发展过程中也是遇到了一些挑战和瓶颈。那我们其实也正在借着这个中国新能源汽车发展这样一个契机，在印尼寻找我们的市场方面的突破口。那整个50印尼其实是从始至终都参与到印尼的整个新能源汽车产业的一个发展，可以说是从0到1的一个过程。其中就得益于，其实50在全球来说都是布局新能源，特别是纯电动新能源汽车最早的这个公司之一。其实可以追溯到2011年、2010年左右。那整个到2024年8月份，整个50的新能源汽车在全球的销量已经超过了200万辆，也是排名全球前3名。那基于这样，我们更有底气，我们有这样的技术积累，我们有这样的产业化的优势，我们也有这样在中国推广新能源电动车的最佳实践，来支撑我们在印尼当地去实现我们的突破。那整个除此之外，还得益于我们的信心也来源于在印尼 深耕7年，我们更了解当地的市场，我们更了解当地消费者的需求，而且我们已经建成了一套完善的制造、配套、服务能力的一个包括上下游产业链的这样一个体系，形成了一定的一个竞争壁垒。那其实我们值得骄傲的是，其实从2022年起，那我们50也是第一家在印尼实现本地化制造新能源电动车的汽车企业。那也是经历了整个印尼新能源汽车从0到1发展的一个过程。那我们的 LED 等会我们会提到，现在50在印尼的电动车这个细分市场是排名第1名的。整个从我们上市一直到现在，一直以来都是第1名。那到今年的8月份，那我们整个市场占有率已经超过了50%，在新能源电动车这一块。那整个累计来说，我们现在已经累计拥有了超过2万个的这样一个新能源车，也就是纯电动的新能源车的一个用户，在印尼当地。那也是得益于这个印尼政府给我们的一个支持，也感谢印尼政府对于我们这个50品牌的一个信赖，我们也对这个现在是成为了大部分官方的外交活动的一个重要会议的一个官方的一个用车。那自2022年开始，已经陆续6次被选为印尼相关外交方面峰会的一个用车，那包括了G20。然后去年的这个东峰会，然后包括水资源峰会等等一系列的这个官方用车，那这个也为我们50品牌在印尼当地的这个宣传带来了非常大的一个助力。那50品牌也在印尼当地得到了印尼民众的一个认可。那我们其实未来，因为我们现在已经在2.8这个市场占有率徘徊了3年时间，那我们也要寻找一个谋求新的一些方向。那未来我们主要会基于这4点去这个持续的在印尼实现这个可持续的一个发展。那首先就是打造一个新的赛道，然后规则，然后我们一定要参与到印尼当地一个规则的一个制定的过程中。然后我们要成为印尼行业的一个领先者和领导者，保持住我们现在积累下来的一个竞争的比较优势。同时，我们也会去避免一些内卷的一些竞争，避免重蹈我们这个90年代中国的摩托车在东南亚市场的一个覆辙。那现在刚刚提到我们在印尼已经形成了完整的这个产品矩阵，那特别是新能源车这一块，我们现在已经有了 A、B、C 3款新能源汽车在印尼当地实现本地化的一个生产。其实可能包括台上的还有下面很多印尼的朋友都是我们新能源汽车的一个用户。那刚刚提到呢 ，LEV 是我们第一款在印尼实现生产的这样的一个汽车，它就是作为G20峰会的这个官方用车，服务于这个各个国家的代表团。那现在这3个产品矩阵的形成，也就覆盖了印尼所有的汽车的这个主流市场。刚刚也提到，那我们其实未来还会坚持把50印尼作为辐射全球右舵市场的一个基地。那还是要通过规模化的效应，因为我们现在产能利用率其实不是很高，那我们要通过规模化的效应来实现成本的降低，来参与到全球化的竞争。那其实我们这个现在50也是印尼唯一一家在印尼生产制造、出口到其他市场的这样的一个电动车的一个品牌，也为当地的这个出口带来了一个助力。现在累计我们在50的在印尼的这个生产的汽车已经出口到了14个国家，其中大部分就是新能源汽车。那未来我们也会还是着力于构建完善我们的经销商以及服务商的体系建设。那我们主要还是想回归到汽车行业的本质聚焦到安全、质量。 然后驾驶体验以及核心技术、服务、品牌相关的这些核心工作上来。那现在整个印尼我们已经建成超过150个的这样一个经销网点，所以基本在印尼的各个岛屿都能够享受到我们50的一个服务。同时这是我们已经实现的，我们已经这个使用了与当地超过70家的这个本土的这个供应链企业实现了这个合作实现本地化的一个生产，所以来支撑我们整各个车型的这个本地化率达到印尼政府的相关要求。那其中也包括了一部分我们从中国国内带出去，跟我们一起在印尼投资的一些企业。那在未来，其实我们有更高的一个要求，包括印尼政府关于本地化率后续会有60%或者80%的要求。那我们也会积极响应的相关的这个政策要求，我们会持续的开展我们的供应链本地化的一个工作，并且把我们一些针对一些高价值、高技术、高投资的一些供应链跟大家一起组队出海。那其实现在已经实现的是国轩以及上汽时代在当地做这个 PAC 电池。那未来包括电芯、控制系统，然后以及电机，我们都会陆续的根据本地化的要求去实现。那同时我们也会聚焦与政府和合作伙伴一同去构建我们的在印尼当地的新能源汽车生态。那其实已经跟很多包括国家电力公司相关的一些企业都签署了我们的这个合作的一个备忘录，并且已经在实施的过程中。那同时我们也会聚焦到印尼当地的智能网联汽车的这个生态的这个建设中，也是要和当地的这个政府以及合作伙伴一同去构建。那未来除了刚刚提到的我们战略的一个稍微有一些这个重点倾向以外，那未来我们主要还是往3个方向去走。首先还是要做大市场，现在印尼市场其实越来越多的竞争者，特别是中国的新能源汽车的品牌正在进入印尼市场。那我们也是希望，一方面还是要保持我们的这个竞争的比较优势，第二个我们也希望与中国所有的友商一起去扩大这个印尼的这个新能源汽车市场，去培养大家的用户习惯，一起拓展我们新能源汽车的一个渗透率，从而实现每个品牌都能够做大自己的规模。那同时，我们今年的目标还是要把市场份额提升到3.8%。这个不仅是新能源汽车，包括我们的传统的燃油车，要深入的参与到印尼市场的竞争过程中。那同时，我们也会更加聚焦新产品以及生态的建设，跟我们价值链上下游的这个伙伴一起共建我们的这个新能源汽车的生态。同时也会不断的导入更多的新能源汽车产品，去满足印尼不同客户的一个用户的一个需求。那同时第3部分就是我们会持续的加大在印尼的一个投资实现对当地的这个经济发展以及就业的一个促进。好，以上就是我今天的分享，谢谢大家。
Experience in investment in automotive sectors in Indonesia. Some highlights, I took note, supportive national policy from both governments, huge market potential for automotive sectors in Indonesia, including excellent economic development. We also survived the COVID-19 pandemic, that we could still maintain 5% economic growth, and as well as business strategy from Wuling through its globalization strategy, and also meet the demands of domestic needs. Now I would like we still have around 10 minutes for Q&A our panelists. So now I would like to invite inquiries from the audience, you can speak in English as well as in Mandarin. Don't be shy. This is the very excellent opportunity for you if you have further inquiries on investment or anything. Is that? Okay. Please mention your name and where you come from.
你好，我是张望，来自Next PCB。然后我其实想了解一下，问一个问题，就是印尼市场我们现在看到有很多各行各业的投资的机会，但是呢，在早期的这种创业投资，包括在这个创新的领域的这一块的这个市场环境大概是怎么样？能不能给我们做一些简要的介绍？谢谢。
Thank you, Mr.
Chang.
Yeah. Okay. So about startup, investment in startup sectors, is it? Okay. Perhaps Jang, you could answer the questions.
Thank you very much for the question. Well, startup used to be, or perhaps still, one of the dream business for many young Indonesians. So many young Indonesians after graduating from university, some of them they prefer to work for startup or build their own startup. But I think to some extent now, some people say the winter is coming. There are a number of homegrown Indonesian startups. Now, some of them they become the so-called unicorn with market capitalization of more than $1 million or even $10 million. So they do their business, particularly during the COVID time, during the pandemic. So I think, like in China, in Indonesia, we spend most of our time during the COVID times, by doing business online, studying online, working from home, and so on and so forth. For foreign investors, if you, of course, this is open for you, and the Minister of Investment, we will also support you if you want to work with existing Indonesian startup, you want to find potential Indonesian business partners. The government is also encouraging existing startup to grow their business and to take them to the next level. But we know this is not easy. There are many challenges. In Indonesia, we also have a number of venture capitals. There are a number of I think investment banks and things like that, that perhaps they will see your project closely. So I think in general, yes, we are open, and I think again, if you have a good idea, if you have proven business concepts, things like that, we'll be happy to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Jahyo. So, Mr. Chang, are you happy with? Okay, no further questions. Is there any more questions from the audience? Yes, the person at the back.
尊敬的部长您好，我是北京雅生中医科技董事长陆尚平。这样没说呢，我想问一下，在这个印尼的话，对这个医药、对这个中医药和这个保健品这个性能的话是怎么审批啊？是难度不大的。
Perhaps you could further explain about how DCM could enter Indonesia's market.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the question. This is a very interesting question. In general, as I said, Indonesia is open for business. And in Indonesia, to the best of my knowledge, traditional Chinese medicine is still seen by some people as the alternative to the modern, medicine or modern medical treatment. I know that in the past, for instance, acupuncture, I think it's also from China, right? Acupuncture was not part of Indonesian health service. It's not included in our health services. So if you go to any hospitals in the past, no hospital will provide you this kind of service. But now I think some hospitals they already introduce acupuncture service as part of a broad understanding that this is also an alternative. So in general, again, Indonesia is open. Of course, at the Minister of Investment, we will support you. We will discuss this with Minister of Health, with Indonesian Medical Doctors Association, and some other stakeholders. How to actually fit this into part of our medical treatment. We also received similar requests from Indian traditional medicine. So the same. But all I can say is, if you have proven business concept, what sort of transfer transparency that you want to introduce in Indonesia, whether that kind of treatment is also practiced, let's say in China here as part of the medical treatment and things like that. I think we want to know more about how the transfer medicine works and how can we support you.
Perhaps later we can arrange like a meeting, Pak Cahyo. If you still have further inquiries, after this you can meet Pak Cahyo in person. And we can help you in arranging a meeting with relevant ministry in Indonesia. As Pak Cahyo mentioned, one of the main agencies is Health Ministry. Do you still have any further questions?
非常感谢，非常感谢。
Okay. Okay. On the left side.
Good afternoon, President. My name is Tian. I'm from Shenzhen CAEXPO21 Group. We are a stock company from Shenzhen. We are focused on the renewable energy transition. So could you introduce the development of the Indonesia about the renewable energy? Thank you. That's my question.
Thank you very much, Pak Cahyo, about renewable energy.
Okay.
Pak Cahyo and Pak Alugoro.
Thank you, sir, for the question. I think in every country, almost if we go around the world, all of us, we share many things in common, including the so-called the issue of climate change. So again, this is also becoming, a big issue in Indonesia, where the government is also doing the best to basically be able to, deal with this issue. Indonesia also signed a number of international commitments like Paris Agreement, where we also want to lower our emission, among other by introducing the renewable energy in Indonesia. We are rich. Indonesia is blessed with, let's say, rich resources, including in renewable. Indonesia is, for instance, home to second largest geothermal potential. So with geothermal, I want to take this opportunity to brief you. In Nantong, we met, a number of Chinese textiles, makers, textile manufacturing companies. they want to invest in Indonesia by utilizing the geothermal to provide clean energy for their factories. Because their customers in Europe, in America, in many developed countries are asking, those companies, that for them to produce the textiles from clean energy, including from the geothermal. You see, Indonesia is also, even though not as fully developed as in China, we last year by October, we inaugurated the largest floating solar power plant in Indonesia with a total capacity of 192 megawatt peak. Of course, compared to China, perhaps this is just a small number. But in ASEAN, in Southeast Asia, this is the largest one, and this is just the beginning. We will be able to see more and more investment in the renewable energy, and Indonesia is open for renewable energy investment, not only from geothermal, from solar power, from hydropower, and from many other. I'm also happy that many Chinese companies are also in the process of manufacturing solar panel to basically support the green investment. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Alugoro. If you want to add.
Okay. For Mr. Tian, actually, as I explained before in my presentation, that we have subsidiary company. The name is Kakato Chandra Energy. That one of the business is renewable energy. So we focus on the to install the rooftop solar cell, also the floating solar cell. So if you are interested to make the partnership with us, so we can discuss with them.
Thank you, speakers. Are you happy with the answers? Okay, yeah. Okay, the lady. Last questions, yes, because it's already 4:37.
Good afternoon. I'm Giselle from Xiamen STC New Energy Materials Company. We are very interested in investing in ASEAN country. But I'm wondering, you have a lot of investment incentives for electric car makers. So my question is, do you also have similar policies towards companies more upstream, like ours, specialized in battery materials? It's more like a combination of traditional industry and also new energy industry. Thank you.
Okay, I think it's more about Daniel.
Well, in Indonesia, by the way, thank you for the question. I think I mentioned in part, that the way we provide incentive is to classify whether certain industries fall under the so-called, investment priority list. So there are 17 or 18, pioneer industries in Indonesia which are eligible to receive tax holiday. Among others are, let's say, like petrochemical, like basic chemicals, So you see, many Chinese companies are, receiving this kind of tax incentive. And again, this is, of course, not in the mining activities, but in the refining or smelting or processing of, let's say, the natural resources. So if you are doing the business in this hydro industry, you will be eligible to receive tax incentives, which is quite generous. You will be eligible to pay 0% rather than 20% of corporate income tax. And this is just this is just one issue of tax holiday. I think you can also ask Wuling, because Wuling again, is investing in the let's say electric vehicle, which is now fully supported by the government. So any EV companies, whenever they want to make investment in Indonesia, they'll be able to, among others, to basically import the CBUs, let's say from China to Indonesia, and pay 0%. And in addition to this, not only and this is only for the electric vehicle, not for the combustion engine, And also, you don't pay value tax of 11%, but you pay only 1%. This is another incentive from the government. I'll be happy to, I'd like to hear more from you, what you have in mind. So what kind of support, do we need to provide to you? And again, we can have further discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Cahyo. I think, Bapak mau take questions? Satu lagi? Okay, last questions, yeah. I think after this you can meet with the panelists in person. The lady with the hands, could someone help? Ibu boleh tolong kasih mic? Alright, no, they will come to you. I think it's better to use microphone. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. My question is that what kind of specific incentive policies for investing in building factories in Indonesia in PV industries? Yeah, or solar power industries. Yeah.
Okay, Cahyo?
Again, thank you for the questions. I mentioned earlier, there are a number of Chinese companies, coming to our office asking for similar questions. You are not the first one. And again, we of course, we help them, we assist them, and fully support their investment plan in Indonesia. Solar PV is something new part of, so-called our transition to renewable. And I'm happy to say that part of our transition is on the, let's say, we do many things, including not to issue new coal power plant, no new coal power plant to be issued by the government. In Java Island and in many other islands, with few exceptions. For instance, they can only operate the coal power plant up to 2050. They cannot build and operate power plant forever. So there is a time limit for this, and it has to be integrated with the value-added processing industry. So there are many other incentives. So I think I'll be happy to meet you after this to discuss.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Cahyo. Now we come to the end of our panel discussion today, but before we close the session, perhaps I would like to invite one last message, important message from our panelists from each of you. Start from Pak Cahyo, Pak Alugoro, and Mr. Shankar.
If you want to grow your business, to expand your business, Indonesia is perhaps one of the most rewarding destinations that you can think of. Invest in Indonesia now before it is too late. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak. Very important message. Now or never. Please give big applause to Pak Cahyo. Pak Alugoro, perhaps you can, in very short message, why they have to come to your industrial park.
Actually, now there are 100 global and local companies that invest in Krakatau industrial park. So I think this is the good time for all of you to invest and to grow together in Krakatau industrial park. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Alugoro. Big applause, please. And last, Mr. Chantal, I know that we made very important announcement in 2023 to expand its investment in Indonesia, to scale up the investment in Indonesia. In your very brief words, why Chinese investors has to come to Indonesia?
Great potential. That's it. Thank
you.
you.
Great potential. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give big applause to our panelists of today's discussions. And on behalf of the Ministry of Investment and Indonesian Consulate General in Guangzhou, once again, I would like to convey our gratitude for all of you to come to today's event and look forward to seeing all of you in Indonesia for your investment or just touristic visit. Thank you very much.
Lagu-lagu still image yang di depan tema lagu yang ini flash yang ada lagunya
Ladies and gentlemen, before we close our dialogues, allow me to ask for your kind support in completing our evaluation form through the QR code that's available on the screen. The presentation material will be available after completing the form. Before you leave this room, we kindly remind you to put the headset back at the top of the table.尊敬的先生们、女士们，请把耳机放在各位的桌子上。
Hello, Indo. I copy the recording. This is for English, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask for your kind support in completing our evaluation form through the QR code that is available on the screen. The presentation material will be available after completing the form. Before you leave this room, we kindly remind you to put the headset back at the top of the table.
pakai. Udah, masih dipakai sama mereka. QR-nya sampai sini. Apa? Sampai ke sini. Mas masuk. Ini ya, bilang aja. Udah. Ada detik yang nggak mau ngapain? Ada mungkin banyak tadi tidak tahu jadi dibagi dengan sini. Oke, thank you. Siapa ini ya? Gue Dimas. Dari event. Hah? Dimas bintang ke alam. foto dulu ya kita. Depan situ. Ya.
Sorry. Once again. This is Okay. Scan this one.
Direct.
Oh, I have already submitted, but then I just got this. But I cannot to download the
Submit
files.
again. Actually, this is the new one.